Shalom Maki. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom Maki. I'm going to get into this little article. It says, if America is to prosper, it must forget about pursuing the global dominance it once held and accept the world has changed. Because every time we are in a new administration of a new president, and every time president gets sworn in office, America has to list out his enemies and stuff. He has to rub elbows, whether he does the same thing that the administration before him did or the one before him did. And it's always been truthfully the same enemies, whether it be Russia, China, Iran, the boogeyman, Al Qaeda, and the other type of little miscellaneous groups that America comes up with. But I'm going to read some of this article and it's going to speak for itself. He says, Joe Biden seems keen to reset the U.S. role as global policeman, but this doesn't reflect the way the world has evolved, and a position that doesn't assume American primacy would help in avoiding unnecessary conflicts. In 1991, U.S. President George H.W. Bush proclaimed a new world order on the eve of the Gulf War. The speech marked a turning point in history. The Soviet Union was on its last legs. I speak about that all the time, how at one point the Soviet Union had a bunch of these countries that are now rogue countries and have different names to them. That was all in one place. Now they only have Russia to fall back to. And what happened once the NATO and U.S. and UN crumbled the Soviet Union is, once they crumbled the Soviet Union, they brought in the NATO to set up the different bases and rockets to aim towards Russia. This was done through Bush's administration as well as I want to say Obama's administration too as well, because NATO pact, they were coming into these different countries all through that little eastern part of Russia over that way. But let me read some more. So it says the Soviet Union on its last leg and Ba'aths of Iraq under Saddam Hussein was about to feel the brunt of America's now undisputed global dominance, having occupied Kuwait. Well, once again, Iraq is in turmoil because I watched a solid year ago a little show, documentary they did, and when America came, they didn't just bomb the military, they bombed the infrastructure of the people who were living in the city, and one of the major water workplaces got bombed, and it's still not up to par to this day. People are drinking worm water, they're drinking worms in their water, they're drinking all sorts of parasites in their water and everything, So they also blew up hospitals. When America goes on bombing sprees, they don't look for military installations like they claim they do. They're always looking for civilian spots, and they always say it was an accident, or they'll try to cover it up. Well, they had our bad guys over there hiding in that area, and which is a total lie, man. Let me continue. It says, for the senior President Bush, the rise of the U.S. unpopularity and the draw of a new American century would give his country an open canvas to implement its vision across the entire world, and this established its position as the global policeman. And those days are over once again, but it's also going to lead to the demise of America. Same thing that happened in Rome. Rome stretched its armies all over the world, man. Just like America does today. You got troops here, because you got civil unrest going on. You got troops towards the borders because you have, the Northern Kingdom is trying to cross through the borders and stuff. They got troops over in Africa. You got secret wars going on in Africa that we don't know about, and it ain't got nothing to do with policing. They're over there for minerals and other things, And what other spot are they? They're over in Iraq, of course. They got bases over in Iraq. They got they try to enter into Kuwait. They're trying to enter into Iran, but they can't because they still have a little bit of a resistance going on. But these are the different North Korea is another country they try to enter into, and these are your number one. And China is another one you could throw on the board. Once again, and these are America's enemies. So you have all these different enemies, and all they got to do, they just got to come together. The Lord gonna put that spirit upon them to do it soon, man. Let me bring this out while I'm speaking about that. This is Isaiah 13:5. They come from a far country, from the end of the earth, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and his weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. How ye For the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. And that's the vision for America. And it's heathenistic friends. This heathen friends, Slocky, it's heathen friends that have, whether it be China, because right here China's talking about they got next, and they don't got nothing next, man. The kingdom of the Lord is next, man. That's what's coming up, man. So all these heathens that are in power right now, their power is dwindling with this dollar going out of style, man. And they want to bring in this global currency. But that's just all adding on. This is all just the Lord's plan, man. At the end of the day, let me continue. He said, 30 years have since passed. The world has changed, but America's sense of precipitation has not. The vision of the New World Order that Bush talked about has certainly left its mark. There have been a sporadic number of conflicts that the U.S. has spearheaded or intervened in, including in the Balkans. Wow, that was in the 90s, and me and the brother joke about that all the time, how he had the snipers, and they were raining down bullets, man. Them people couldn't even have a normal day, and like I said, these conflicts, the U.S. had something to do with a lot of these conflicts. But the thing, when they had showed you the Balkans, going on in the Balkans, the U.S. was trying, this is around when Clinton was in office, so he was trying to downplay it, like it wasn't that big. But the world news was showing us that these people were living in straight terror. He says Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, and Syria. And that was the Arab Spring that happened, and these different countries, different Arab countries that had their rulers in power for 30 plus years and longer than that, and the people loved them. But all you gotta do is send America over there to disrupt the things, and that's what they do, man. All for their benefit, man. Because it's a wicked place, man. Let me bring this out real fast. This is Psalms 145:20. The Lord preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy, man. So America is known for its wickedness, man. So, and these Edomites love to say this is a God-fearing place, man. America does not fear God, man. And I'm speaking about the elites. I'm speaking about your military. And in this place alone, man. It was gotten by deceit, man. By ill gains, man. He says, let me continue. And the people who whether it be the forefathers of this place to even up to present date, man, they all had an agenda, man. But guess what? We are at the end of this stuff. That's why things are manifesting right now. As far as this homelessness is manifesting, job closings are manifesting, everything's manifesting. So and that's what happens for the most part. Whenever a world war happened, whether it was World War I or World War II, what did you do? The people from the America or different countries put sanctions on other countries, and it stops. It could either help go to famine. People could be dying because of a lack of food and things to that nature, or America just wants more resources in these different places, man. Let me continue. He says, in North Korea, all of which despised as mercenaries, were pursuing border geopolitical spats against Russia and China, which are perceived as challengers to the world it has built. While 1991, as long gone, its legacy lives on, as set out in a Foreign Affairs article by Stephen Wortham. America is suffering from disillusions of dominance, an implemented belief that the U.S. must continue to exploit dominance every region of the world at all costs, and as such a commitment, be in the Middle East or East Asia, is framed as an uncompromising struggle between good and evil. And that's the way they paint the picture to the idiots of this place, so they could go ahead and join their army and their military, man. But we know who, the elect, the men who do the Lord's work, we know who the wicked is. We know who the Lord really hates, man. He says, this article notes that it is this cycle of unending militarization and overstretching that is the cause of many of Americans' woes. Isn't that what we said? I said that Rome crumbled. They used to have a saying that all roads lead to Rome. And once those roads started falling apart, what was left, man? You had a falling apart, a kingdom that was coming down, man. And that's when they started getting invaded by the different groups that was warring with, man. Yeah, let me continue. So it says, Wells and with the new Joe Biden administration pledging to restore American primacy by the way of multilateral leadership and a turn back to NATO, it isn't about to go away. The new administration must seek a realistic and pragmatic foreign policy, and that's what Joe Biden wants to do, man. So to speak. But let me drop down some because I'm gonna get into some juicy parts where he talks about how Joe Biden's administration. Yeah, I can't. There it is. Just this part right here. None of this, however, guarantees that America can return to dominance it once had held, and it's not. We're here to tell you that, man. When the Lord gave us these words in His scriptures to read, man, we are the prophets of the Bible that they speak about. We prophesied, the downfall to this wicked kingdom, man. When the prophets get together, man, and that's our job. That's our job. The Lord gave us this job, you know. The happiness is the kingdom to come, and some people get sad. 2/3 of our people get sad when we tell them about this place and how we're not supposed to, be trying to think about a future here and try to build here because the Lord is upset with this place, man. And the only thing that's coming to this place is destruction, man. All of its enemies are getting ready to turn their backs on them. All of his friends, Slocky, and America is turning backs on them. Truthfully, this says America can return to its dominance as once had. Trump's more isolationist view was appealed back in 2016, precisely because it vowed to put ordinary people first, striking a contrast with the globalist agenda pursued by Barack Obama and others. There was a part I wanted to bring out, but anyways, I'm speak about it because this place they try to say that America is a righteous place and it's a righteous land for the free and stuff, but we all know that's hogwash, man. That America is a contradictor. It's a big contradictor, man. Let me bring this out. This song start at Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day, man. And he's getting ready, and he's showing those things, man. And how is he showing them? Because he's putting the spirit of the people to do. Look at the riots that are happening all over America. America's falling apart from the inside out, And with this right here, it's trying to continue with its global dominance. That's from the outside in, but it's still falling apart, man. The bottom line, man. He says, let me drop down. This is Psalm 7 and 15. He made a pit and dig it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate, man. And that's what's getting ready to happen to America, and we see it happening right before our very eyes. They're getting ready. A few years ago, they were complaining about the numbers were low in the military, so now they're getting ready to have to start up a draft very soon, man. All these the war drums are beating as we speak, man. We see the horizon and the things that's coming, man. Thanks to the Lord, man, for pulling us out of this world, and telling us to do this work, man, and warn His people and who the people, the elect, man. 2/3 got to go. They got to serve their judgment. I mean, they got to serve their purpose, man. And then let me continue. This is Psalms 7 and 17. I will praise the Lord according to His righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High, man. And that's our job, man, because this wicked place is coming apart and it's done. Just seeing videos and pictures of just all these homeless people just laying around, and I was watching one on Denver earlier today, man. This place is done, man. And if you think about Rome, when you watch Spartacus and these different war movies, that was towards, once upon a time, Rome was a prominent spot, just like America was very prominent. It was a beacon for everybody to come to. Same thing with America. It was a beacon for everybody to come to. You had all sorts of nationalities in our army. The same thing was in Rome, man. But yeah, man, just wanted to bring that out real fast, just showing how America's global dominance will be no more, man. This is the end of it, We are at the end when, and the signs are all around, man. Ain't no coming back from this stuff. People think just because 2021 started and 2020 ended that we were going to go back to 2019 status and everything was going to be just fine. But the Lord has you guys in a trick bag, And let me bring this out again. He says, this is Psalm 7 and 17. I will praise the Lord according to His righteousness. And what is His righteousness, man? Giving us this truth, man. Having us do this work, man. The Lord's will, And we'll sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High, man. And we do that by bringing videos out and by out on the highways and byways, using our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. And we thank the Lord all the time. Call you about Shimmy Shai for this knowledge, man. With that being said, I don't want to drag on. I hope this is edifying. I just wanted to bring this out talking about America. It's prosperous. It's to prosper. It ain't gonna happen, man. Shalom, Maki.